What is up, guys? Mealike here, and today we're back in action on another Minecraft video. Today we are taking a look at the mod Project E. So if anyone watches my Mad Pack 2 series, then you'll know that I use Project E a lot. Project E is an amazing mod. It's actually a remake of the Equivalent Exchange 2 mod from back in like 1.4.7 or maybe lower. I can't remember exactly when Equivalent Exchange 2 was out, but it has a lot of cool stuff. We're going to take a look at all the stuff today, and the first thing we're going to take a look at is the Philosopher's Stone. So the Philosopher's Stone is actually used in crafting recipes, but it has a bunch of other cool things as well. First of all, it actually acts like a wrench for Project E blocks. So you can, if you shift right click on a block, like a chest here, this alchemical chest, it turns into like a wrenched entity, so you can actually move your chest around with the items inside of it. As you see, this has items in it, which is pretty cool. You can also wrench other things, like these collectors and that kind of stuff, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Next thing is you can actually press C, and it turns into a portable crafting grid, which is really, really useful. Also, you can right-click on grass or cobble or sand, and it'll turn, like for example, grass turns into cobble, cobble turns into grass. If you shift right click, you turn grass into sand and then back into grass, and you can also do other stuff like turn it into smooth stone and that kind of stuff. So yeah, there we go. So it's pretty cool, and you can also press V on it. V kind of charges it up, and you can do a bigger area. So for example, if I want to do this big area into turning my cobblestone base into a smooth stone base or a sand base, or whatever I want to do, I could do that. Also, you can press G, and it has different modes. Right now we are in panel mode. We can switch to line mode, which just does a big line, and then we can switch to cube mode, which actually would do a big area, and switch back to panel mode and that kind of stuff. If you want to get rid of the V here where it supercharges it, you just hold Shift and V, and it'll make it go down, or you can press V and make it go back up again. So yeah, the Philosopher's Stone is really cool. Also, the Philosopher's Stone is used in crafting recipes. I'm not going to show the recipes in this spotlight, but real quick, we're going to take a look at how you get things like dark matter and red matter, which you'll see what those are actually used for here in a second. The way the tier system works is you need coal, and you'll turn coal into alchemical coal. So you'll have 4 coal with the Philosopher's Stone turns into alchemical coal, and then alchemical coal will actually turn into Mobius fuel, and Mobius fuel will turn into Eternus fuel, and then Eternus fuel will actually turn into 8 Eternus fuel, and a block of diamond will turn into a dark matter, and then 6 Eternus fuel and 3 dark matter will turn into a red matter. So this is how you get dark matter and red matter. So yeah, it's pretty neat. A few other things is the alchemical chest here is just pretty much a big chest, so it's very useful. Also, they have bag versions called alchemical bags, and they're the same size as the chest, just portable versions. So it's kind of like a bag of holding or something from extra utilities. So it's really, really cool. A few other things is they actually have a furnace. There's a dark matter furnace and red matter, and this stuff is actually like dark matter and red matter takes a little bit to get into, but once you have it, you can make some cool stuff with it. So we have a dark matter furnace and a red matter, and dark matter is actually a tier below red matter, and we'll see. So it can actually hold 8. Dark matter can hold up to 8 items and has a storage slot for up to 8 stacks of stuff as well. And the cool thing is it has built-in push and pull mechanics. So if you have a chest on top of the red or the dark matter or red matter furnace, it'll automatically grab things from the chest, put it in here, and smelt it, and it'll automatically push it into an adjacent chest. Now the red matter furnace, as you can see, works pretty fast, and it automatically doubles ores as well. So as you can see, we're on 32 iron ore, and we already have a stack and over. So this it works pretty fast. I would say it does maybe an iron or 2 every second, which is pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and grab this stuff. Let's throw this stuff away, and then we'll check out the red matter furnace. So the red matter furnace is pretty much just like the dark matter furnace, except for a faster version and bigger. Now this holds up to 12 items if you didn't have chests here, and it'll automatically do this. So my favorite thing is you can smelt multiple items at once. It automatically ejects and pulls from chests, and it automatically ore doubles. So this is a great way to do ore doubling, which is pretty sweet. As you see, it already went through both stacks of the iron, so that's pretty sweet. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we're going to take a look at energy condensers. Now, the way energy condensers work is pretty much, okay, so everything in Minecraft, not everything in Minecraft, but a lot of stuff in Minecraft has an EMC value, and different things are worth more than other things. As you see, redstone is worth 64 EMC. If we look up diamonds, diamonds are worth 8,000 EMC, and a block of diamond is worth 17,000 or 73,000. So it would take, approximately, 100 redstone or whatever to make a single diamond. So yeah, you know, 120 or so to, redstone to make a single diamond. And, you know, it would take 9 diamonds to make a block of diamonds. So everything is EMC value. Pistons, a lot of mod items also has EMC values. Wood does, cobblestone, lapis, glass, powered rails, no blocks, dispensers, everything, almost everything has an EMC value, so that's really cool. So you can actually turn cobbles into diamonds pretty much if you wanted to. So the way the energy condenser works is, let's just go ahead and grab one of these guys, is you can actually do this equivalent exchange directly. So my target item is redstone, so anything I pour in here, whether it's cobble or powered rails or whatever, is going to turn into redstone. So let's just grab some stuff. Let's grab some let's grab some powered rails, and let's grab some sticky pistons and some cobwebs. So if I threw in cobble in here, you'll see it's eating the cobble, and it'll take, you know, 64 cobble, pretty much a whole stack, to make 1 redstone. Now let's throw cobwebs. Cobwebs are worth a higher EMC, so we're making more redstone. Sticky pistons are worth more EMC, so we're making more redstone. And powered rails are worth more EMC, so we'll make more redstone. So you can actually directly turn anything into anything, pretty much. So it's very, very cool, and it's really cool. So in case you didn't want to just directly turn items into other items, also I use this system in my Mad Pack to automate all the things, to give myself unlimited iron, unlimited gold, unlimited everything, and it's really cool. But if you wanted a passive generation, you actually have these things called energy collectors, and energy collectors actually passively get energy from sunlight and turns the sunlight into fuel. So as you see, over time, we're getting a redstone. So energy collectors have different tiers. We have Mark 1, Mark 2, and Mark 3. And Mark 1 is slower than Mark 2, Mark 2 is slower than Mark 3. And as you can see, this, you know, makes a redstone like every minute or something. The Mark 1 is pretty slow. The Mark 2 is a little bit faster. It's probably making a redstone every 20 seconds or so. Probably faster than that, maybe 10 seconds. And then this guy is making redstone every, you know, like 4 seconds or so. So, you know, they're definitely faster. And the next thing you can do is, I'm going to show you guys, we're just going to go grab a Mark 3 relay and a Mark 3 collector, is you and a energy condenser here. You can actually stick more than one energy collector around a relay, and this will use all 4 of the energy collectors to actually do stuff. So for example, let's grab a diamond here. Let's stick a diamond in the top slot, so that's what we want to get. And as you can see, this is as fast as it takes with 4 collectors to get a diamond. Now what relays are good for is you can actually attach multiple things. So for example, let's go ahead and I'm going to make a flower. So the flower is the best thing you can possibly build, and this is what they actually look like. But let's go ahead and build a flower. So a relay passes the collector's energy from that into a condenser. So let's stick a condenser here, and then we're going to put a Mark 3 collector on all sides of this relay. So right now we have Mark 4. We have Mark 3. We have 4 Mark 3 collectors going into this condenser. Let's grab some diamonds here. I'm going to stick some diamonds, and it's going to make us some diamonds. As you see, this is a little bit faster than the 4. So now what we want to do is we can stick more relays around here, like so, and then more collectors, and this is going to, you know, get us the best possible passive generation that we can get. And it should get us some diamonds fairly quickly. But to get all this stuff takes a long time. This is actually pretty in-game. And yeah, this is how you build the flower. It's pretty easy. Now, another thing I forgot to mention is the Mark 1 and the Mark 2 right here. They don't, they barely provide energy, passive energy in nighttime and stuff. So you actually have to have the Mark 1 and Mark 2 working in the day, or you can put glowstone on top and they'll work fully functioning. Now the Mark 3 doesn't have any restrictions. You can use this in the dark, underground, or whatever, and they'll work to the full capacity no matter what. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so the next thing we're going to take a look at is the armor. So we have dark matter armor, red matter armor, and gem armor. Now gem armor is the final step, and as you know before, it goes dark matter and then red matter. So dark matter is the weakest of the armor, and we're going to take a look at it. So we have some pigmen here. Normally pigmen would be very dangerous and they do a lot of damage. They probably still are going to do a lot of damage. So let's punch one of them, and we'll see how much durability or how much damage this actually negates. As you can see, we actually have 4 full bars down here of armor. So let's go ahead and punch this guy, and they're all going to get severely ticked off. Now it looks like the dark matter provides me full protection. It looks like they're not hurting me whatsoever. But if we were in like a mod pack, for example, that had much tougher enemies, then these guys would probably murder my faces off. Okay, so the next thing we're going to take a look at is the gem gem armor. Now the red matter armor is pretty much the same as the dark matter. It just provides a little bit more protection, that kind of stuff. It doesn't have any special benefits. But the gem armor, you can actually have, some of the stuff has toggleable things, like you can turn on and off night vision, and you can also turn on and off step assist, which is just pretty much where walking up hills, you can walk up one block high things, which is pretty cool. Also, you can fly by default with the gem armor, which is pretty cool. So let's go ahead. I'm going to fight a wither because this is probably the best thing to do. Now we're going to try out the dark matter sword and the red matter. The dark matter and red matter sword, you can charge up with V just like you can before, and shift V to make it go down, and they'll do more damage. So let's see how much. So it looks like the dark matter sword fully charged up does about 12 damage or so, and then let's try the red matter sword. So the red matter sword fully charged up does a tiny bit more. It looks like it's doing 17 to 20 damage. So the red matter sword is about twice as effective as the dark matter sword, which is pretty cool. Now, as far as I know, I've tried this every single way I possibly could in my Mad Pack series. You can't enchant dark matter or red matter or gem or any of the tools and stuff in any way, shape, or form. At all using any sort of mod. So yeah, that kind of sucks. You can't enchant them. So this is about as good as they get. Now the next thing we can take a look at is pretty much the tools. The tools are pretty much going to be the same. I'm only going to take a look at the red matter pickaxe, the dark matter pickaxe, actually, yeah, and then also the morning star and the guitar. Now the red matter and dark matter pickaxe, you can charge them up just like with the sword, and you can actually charge up everything, which is pretty cool. And they'll do like a bigger area, but the red matter pickaxe and dark matter pickaxe has different modes. You press G to change the mode, and right now we have a 3x3 tall shot. You can do a 3x3 wide shot, a 3x3 long shot, and a standard mode. Now, a standard mode is just going to do something like this. Now, if we do a tall shot mode, I don't think this is going to do anything on dirt. Yeah, let's do wide shot. Does this do anything at all? No. Okay. Pretty much it digs big tunnels up and down. I should have made this like a cobble world, but let's just take a look at the wide shot here. Boom, there you go. You see wide shot. Now let's fully charge this up, and then let's take a look at the long shot mode. As you see, it goes pretty far that way, just like that, which is pretty cool. So yeah, the different modes do different things. You'll have to play with it and kind of test it out. And the next thing up is the Morning Star. So the Morning Star is like a multi-tool. If we look at it, it actually requires a shovel, a pickaxe, and a hammer, which are all different tools that do different things. So now we can actually do the different modes on this. Let me charge this up. It looks like it actually doesn't have different modes. But, oh, there we go. Look at this. This is really cool. It does, it mines so fast. And remember, this is survival mode. So this is all survival mode things. It pretty much looks like it instant breaks dirt. And it would be a very great mining tool. And, of course, this is with the V charged all the way up. We can just go ahead and do this. And it only does, a single block. So that's pretty cool. The next thing is we have the guitar. If we look at the guitar, it actually requires a sword, an axe, shears, and a hoe. Now the way this works is, let me fly up here and get away from these. You can press G, change the mode. So right now this is hoe mode. As you see, it's hoeing. Let's charge this fully up. You can hoe a big swath of land here, and it's really useful. Let's change it to shear mode. Of course, this would just do like a big tree all at once. It would shear all its leaves. Attack mode, with it charged up, it would just do more and more damage. I'm pretty sure this does more damage than the red matter sword, so that's pretty cool. And then we also have deforesting mode, which is pretty much the axe mode. It's going to cut down like whole trees and a lot of different stuff. Let's go ahead and just try it on this. Boom. Looks like it doesn't work on this. Okay, the next thing we'll take a look at is actually EMC storage. So because a lot of these guys right here, these items actually require EMC to run. So you need a way to have EMC on you at all times. Now there's different things you can use to store EMC. The first thing is you can use these Klein stars. Actually these are the only thing you use, but there's different varieties of Klein stars and they each hold different amount of items, or EMC I should say. So that we have the Ein, the Zwei, the Dre, the Vir, the Sphere, and then the Omega, and the Omega is the big daddy of them all, and we'll go ahead and take a look at this. Now you can actually stick the Omega in let's say one of these antimatter relays and charge them up slowly over time. So yeah, this you can charge them up like this. As you see, it's storing more and more EMC, which is cool. But a quicker way to do this is we have these things called transmutation tables, and then also tablets. The tablet is pretty much a portable version of the table. Now what the table does is you actually burn items and it learns those items. Right now the table is empty completely, but let's see. Let's look up redstone. As you can see, if we look up redstone in NEI, this actually pops up right here. We can grab that redstone back and it doesn't have EMC. Let me grab some red matter, and we're just going to get this, and I'm going to copy of this a bunch of times, and we're going to throw a bunch of red matter in this guy right here, and it's going to store a bunch of EMC. As far as I know, this holds a unlimited amount of EMC, but it might be limited maybe to like 2 billion or something. I'm not sure, but yeah, this has 239 million EMC in it. So if we wanted EMC, or redstone, we could get redstone for days. And like I said, this is also portable, so anywhere you're out in the wild, and as long as your tablet actually knows how to get it, you can get it. So right now I'm going to throw a diamond in there. Now it knows how to make a diamond. So if we go right here, this is going to be all of our most top tiered EMC valued items right here, and right now we only know 3 things, so that's all it knows. But if I throw a glowstone in here, it's going to pop glowstone. If I throw this in here, it's going to throw that in here. And then if, like I said, if you want to just search up specific things, just type in NEI and it's going to pop up, which is pretty cool. Now one thing you can do is you can get these things called alchemical tomes right here. If I look at it, and it requires 2 Kleinstar Omegas to make, but if you burn this, it teaches the transmutation tablet everything it needs to know. Like everything that has an EMC value in the game, it automatically learns with that book, which is pretty cool. Now, what you can do with this is you can actually fill up these Kleinstar directly. As you saw with this, instead of taking it slowly and a long period of time to do that, if you have a table with a lot of EMC in it, you can actually just stick an Omega in here and it automatically just fills up. So right now, this guy is completely filled up, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so I just want to explain what these guys do, and they're really cool. Another neat thing that this has, before we get in items, is this thing has an interdiction torch. Now, an interdiction torch, actually, if you throw this down, it keeps mobs from getting close to you. It does all mobs as far as I'm aware. Let's see. So if we throw this right here, should push this guy away. There we go. Yeah. So if you have a base, let's see, that's kind of like open, you don't want mobs trying to fight you or whatever, stick this in the middle of your base or around your working area, and this is going to keep mobs away from you. So that's pretty cool. Also, this has some explosions, and it has the Nova Catalyst and the Nova Cataclysm. Let's come over here. I'm pretty sure these are pretty big explosions, so let me come here. Also, I'm pretty sure these don't hurt you whatsoever. I'll try this out. Yeah, as you see, yeah, this guy is a pretty big explosion. Now, let's try the Cataclysm, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in survival mode, and let's try this guy out. So, boom. I don't think these hurt you. No, they don't hurt you, as you see. Yeah, there we go. So it does a pretty big area, and it's pretty sweet. Okay, so the next thing we're going to take a look at is the stones, the Vulcanite Amulet, the Evertide Amulet, the Life Stone, the Mercurial Eye, and the Mind Stone. So, as you see, my health and my hunger is down a little bit, so let's grab the Soul Stone and Body Stone. Now, to activate these guys, you press G on them, and as you see, the Soul Stone will start increasing my health. So as long as you have EMC, as you see, the stored EMC is going down, but as long as you have EMC, you pretty much have a regen all the time, so that's pretty cool. Same thing goes with the Body Stone, except for this actually does your hunger, which is pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and turn this off. I'm going to show you guys something. Now that we've done the Soul Stone and the Body Stone, we actually have this thing called a Life Stone, which if we look at the recipe of, is actually the combination of the two, and we can just press D on this, activate it, and it's going to give us regen and keep us fed at all times, so that's pretty cool. And you can keep this it doesn't have to be in your hotbar, it can just be up in your inventory, so that's really cool. Let's go out here and fight some of these slimes here. Come here, man. As you see, they're hurting me, but I'm regenning, so that's freaking amazing. Okay, let's go back in our save zone. Let me turn this guy. Actually, I'll just keep this guy on. Next thing up is we have the Mind Stone. I've never actually used the Mind Stone before, but if you activate it, as you see, it stores all of your XP. Now, I think I'm not sure how to get the XP back. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, you just right-click and you just like do stuff, and it gives you your XP back. There you go. Awesome. Now the Vulcanite and the Evertide Amulet pretty much takes EMC, and the Vulcanite makes lava blocks. So you see, it threw something there. Boom. No, oh, it's like curving over there. Holy crap, what's it doing? There we go. Lava blocks. Evertide does water, that kind of stuff. So you have pretty much unlimited lava and water wherever you go, which is pretty cool. Now, the new thing I've actually figured out, if we go in creative, there's this thing called a Mercurial Eye. I had to look this up, but it's actually really cool. I wish this wasn't a work in progress item. I wish you could craft it, because I'm pressing R on it. There's no crafting recipe, but this makes base building so much easier. What you can do is you press C, and right here, this is where you store EMC. So you put like a Kleinstar Omega or whatever in here, and then you put in here the block you want to make. So let's see, like blocks of diamonds. Now this has 2 different modes. You can press G, and you switch to transmutation mode, which what this is going to do is right here, it's just going to turn a block into into you know, diamond, since we put diamond, or we can press V and make this a big big diamond platform, which is pretty sweet. Next thing is extension mode, which is pretty much what this is. It just builds walls. So let's come right here. There we go. We built a diamond wall right there. Base building, so easy. Look at that. That's really cool. I like that. You can pretty much build a base really quick style with whatever block you want that has an EMC value. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you guys is the repair talisman. So this guy actually just sits passively in your inventory, and it will repair anything that's on you or in your inventory or anything like that. So for example, like I just now lost some durability on the shovel here. The repair talisman will actually repair my shovel over time, and it works pretty fast. It doesn't actually require any EMC, so it's cool. If you had armor on, it would repair your armor. It would repair anything in your inventory. So the repair talisman is really, really cool. It's pretty easy to craft too, so you can get this early on. Yeah. Also, the next thing we have, I want to do is we have some stuff for mining and just destruction in general. We have the destruction catalyst, and this guy just pretty much mines. You can charge this up with V, and it's just going to mine a big area. So it's like this. Boom. Done. And then the hyperkinetic lens is kind of like this, except for it's pretty much explosion. So if we right click, it explodes a big area. This is fully charged up, so it's obviously going to do a big wide area. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. If yeah, that's a smaller area. So it shoots stuff out, which is pretty cool. Now the catalytic lens is the combination of both the destruction catalyst and the hyperkinetic lens, and it's really sweet. It's like it's supercharged pretty much. So let's charge this guy up. I'm going to show you guys the destruction. Look at that. That's like 64 blocks away. This is amazing for mining. Like if you had a mine shaft, this would mine all the things. It's really sweet. But yeah, some of this is really good early on, so that's pretty sweet. Okay, so we have a couple useful rings here. One's the ignition and one's the zero ring. The ignition, you just press G on it, and anything around you just automatically lights on fire. So I could just raise hell to everything that's around me, which is pretty cool. The zero ring, you have to activate this with G, by the way. The zero ring also has this kind of a same ability, except for it freezes everything. So if you press Z and walk around, it's going to turn everything to snow, but you can also just right-click things to turn it to snow. Let's go ahead and turn this all the way up to max and see how big of an area it does. It does a pretty big area. Also freezes water too. So if I put water there, then zero ring, that's going to freeze all of that into ice, which is pretty cool. Yeah, now the next thing we have the Swiftwolf Rending Gale. The Swiftwolf Rending Gale, let's go into game mode S. As you see, we don't have any armor on. It actually allows us to fly by using EMC from anything that we have in our inventory, which is pretty cool. But it also has a few other quick things too. It has the pink mode here. What the pink mode does is it keeps enemies away from you. So anything, entities like items dropped on the ground, enemies coming towards you, it's kind of like the interdiction torch, except for with also dropped items. Let's see, drop this item. It flies away from me, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and break this guy. As you see, it flies away from me. If I walk up to it, it flies off somewhere. So yeah, the G mode on this is very useful to keep mobs off of you or entities away from you. So that's pretty sweet. Let me turn this off. Now, the Archangel Smite is a work in progress item as well, but all it does is it shoots shoots arrows pretty much really, really fast. And it auto tracks too. So if you have any enemies around, it'll automatically track the enemy and attack them. So you don't even have to aim with this guy. It'll just automatically kill everything. It's really cool. Next up is the Black Hole Band. So the Black Hole Band is pretty much, it sucks things up to you, so pretty much like a magnet or whatever. It's really cool. There we go. Awesome. Let me go ahead and turn this guy off. Now, a few extra things I want to show you guys is we have the Watch of Flowing Time and then the Harvest Goddess Band. So what the Harvest Goddess Band does is actually makes things grow really fast and automatically harvest it. So that's really cool. Yeah, which is sweet. Now, the Watch of Flowing Time kind of does the same thing, except for it's way more powerful. So you can charge it with V, and then you press G to activate it, and it makes everything around you grow instantly, which is pretty sweet. If I go ahead and plant some of these seeds, you'll see that they'll just grow instantly. So, but this is a pretty late tier item, but it's very, very useful. Okay, so I want to show you guys the Gem of Eternal Density. This thing is really, really cool. So let's charge up the kinetic lens. Now, the way this works is it takes anything from your inventory that has from the lowest EMC value and consumes it. So if you're out mining, it's going to consume all of your cobble and anything that you mine and turn it into something useful. So for example, it starts out with iron, but you can press G, change it to gold, then the diamond, then the dark matter and red matter, and then iron. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mine a little quick, and let's see. Let's go ahead and just mine a bunch of stuff. As you see, I have a bunch of stuff in my inventory. Yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and fill up our inventory. There we go. And then let's right click it. So what it's going to do is it's going to absorb everything in our inventory and convert it into iron, since I have it on iron right now. But I could change that to gold, and then it's going to consume everything with the EMC value in our inventory and turn it to gold. So that's pretty cool. It's going to take a lot of items because gold has an EMC value of like 2,000. So it's going to approximately take 2,000 dirt to make one gold piece. But as you see, we already have a single piece of gold. So that's really, really cool. Now, the last thing I want to show you guys is actually, let me turn this guy off. And as you see, it threw some stuff back out that it was working on. The last thing I want to show you is the divining rod. There's 3 different tiers of divining rods, but they all pretty much do the same thing. Let's see. I can't show you in this world, but pretty much it tells you if you right-click it, it tells you how far away. As you see, you have different ranges. Change mode to 16 by 3 by 3 to a 3 by 3 by 3, and different modes like that. So it'll check that big of an area for the highest EMC value. So if you're down mining, and you know it shows up with the highest EMC value is 2,000, that means there's gold near you, or 8,000, that means diamonds near you. It'll show you, you know, the average EMC and that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, that's everything Project E has to offer. If you guys enjoyed this mod spotlight, make sure to go ahead and click the like button, as it'll really help me out in search rankings and all that kind of stuff. I love you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you learned a lot of stuff, and I'll see you guys for the next mod spotlight.